Fox News alert now, and the potential shakeup on the president's White House team this weekend. 3 key officials could be on their way out. Bret Baier is anchor of Special Report, and he joins us now. Bret, thank you for your time on this busy day, and a lot of talk about big changes inside of the White House.
Yeah, Sandra, here's what we know. There are more changes coming. We've had multiple sources telling us that that's the case. John Roberts reported last night on Special Report that the VA secretary is believed to be out and that the replacement will likely be Rick Perry, even though he said he really is happy at Energy. But the shakeup doesn't stop there, and there are all kinds of names. This is a parlor game in Washington, D.C., and all kinds of sources are saying all kinds of things. We don't know until we know. But there you see H.R. McMaster, the National Security Advisor, said to be on his way out, possibly to a 4th star in the U.S. military. John Kelly, the Chief of Staff, the name floating around is Mick Mulvaney, now that has possibly had several private meetings with the president about that job. So we're following it all. You don't know it until you know it, though.
The president is said to make the ultimate decision on all of these staff changes, but at least one of them, our sources are telling us that the McMaster exit could be imminent. Bret, what does all this say about the president's governing and his management style within his administration?
Well, it says that he is feeling emboldened. He is wanting, I think, to get his team in place ahead of some big moments, including the North Korea meeting. And he is really not restrained anymore. This is a president who, as a businessman, operated in a similar fashion. I mean, it was he has embraced chaos at times. He's talked about that, but he likes the people he likes around him. Now, whether that is, it's definitely not a team of rivals. He likes loyalty, and we'll see how this all pans out in the final positions. The biggest one is Jeff Sessions, and we don't know his future either. That would obviously create a major uproar here in Washington.
And all of this coming on the heels, of course, of the big announcement this week that Rex Tillerson was out, and now we're looking at those nominations to replace him coming up shortly. Mike Pompeo, that hearing will be taking place in April. And then, of course, the new incoming CIA director, the first woman ever. The president even made it clear on Rex Tillerson's exit, Bret, that more changes would be coming. He said, "I've gotten to know a lot of people very well over the last year, and I'm really at a point where we're getting very close to having the cabinet and other things that I want." Yeah. It's interesting to look back at the president's words there, because he was not a career politician, and he had to get into that White House before he could really learn what it was that he wanted and who he wanted by his side.
Right, and he is making a lot of changes. This is the most change an administration 14 months in has seen as far as positions. Obviously, people get changed out in different administrations, but this has happened in a pretty big turnover. The real question here is for the Senate nominations, the ones that require Senate confirmation. How long that is going to take. In some of these key positions, you're going to need people in those spots if you're going to face these big moments like North Korea. The ones that the administration can choose, the Chief of Staff, the National Security Advisor, they don't require confirmation. But the ones that have to get on the schedule, you're going to have to work with the Senate to get those through.
And while the president is talking about finally getting what he wants to do, what he needs to do inside that White House, the left and the media, you'll hear portray this shakeup or this soon-to-be shakeup at the White House a different way, more as chaos within the West Wing.
Sure. I mean, listen, it's not, I don't think it's calm there if you're sitting there wondering if your job is going to be around by the end of the week. But I do think that this president is making clear that he wants what he wants. And it is his choice. He did win the election, and he is running this White House.
All right. Well, those changes could be coming down any minute. Some could take months. We don't know. Bret Baier, good to see you. I think we might see you a little bit later on. Thank you.
All right. Sounds good.
21.